Hello to everyone. Hello. My name is Alex, and today I will be happy to talk with you about castles. Yes, let's check connection. Hello to everyone. Yes, we have good connection. I see this. It is amazing, and today with you I will talk about castles. I know that in America you can find a lot of different castles. And today live stream will be a little bit spontaneous somehow as usual. And yeah, we will watch video about some castles which you can find in uh, America. I know that you can find countries where castles, like it is, there are more of them. Somebody said to me that in America, no, in Germany, more castles than McDonald's in America. Today I will watch top 10, maybe not top 10, but 10 beautiful castles which you can find in America, and hope that you will like this live stream because I believe it will be enjoyable. But before we will start, I will explain you what is happening with my face because it is terrible disaster. You can see it is just disaster. I decided to do a haircut today, and it was I had a lot of problems there. I was thinking that I explaining everything is okay. That when I was talking about like I want to have haircuts, like here I want to have zero, here I want to have smooth and stuff like this. As a result, what's happened? What you can see this now, it is disaster completely. I never was doing such terrible haircuts in my entire life because it is like zero, like zero zero. I mean, it looks terrible. I'm so disappointed. I was thinking that I'm explaining everything okay, but I was wrong. I was thinking that when I went to Sport Clips, and I paid them $30, and as a result, oh my gosh, I hate this haircut a lot. If we are looking towards my face, it is more okay. But if you're looking from side, from which I do not like, it is terrible. It is really, really terrible. Like in front, it is like so, and still I do not like this. But when you're looking from background, because it is completely skin, I look right now like chicken, like like strange chicken. Oh my god, it is the worst haircut I ever had in my entire life. And yes, what we will do today. I want to see our comments at first, and hello to Emma, heart to you, happy to see you, Emma. Hello to Lisa Marshall, thank you for your message, I see your message too. Hello to Jamie Dreams. Oh wow, hi Alex, hi to you, happy to see you. I'm like looking at my face on screen. It is terrible. It is terrible. I will never turn my back to you because it is complete disaster. And for this, I always was explaining all the same, everything. Every time I was talking, when I was doing haircut for myself, I was explaining here I want to make like zero. Every time it was working same rule. But somehow it didn't work this time. I am just shocked as you are. Please, I didn't want to disappoint you and myself. Anyway, it is something else. I don't know what to say here, but what I can say to you also, that you can leave your likes, it will be amazing. You can, what is happening here? Okay, you can leave your likes, it will be amazing. You can leave your comments below, it will be also cool. Also, you can leave your opinion, like your experience. Have you ever had the worst haircut ever? My haircut looks like this, and I do not like how I look from sides and from back. From the and from like front side, I do not like this too. Have, like, please tell me price of your worst haircut. This one $30, because even 32, because there was tip. 32, $5, 28 plus 5, $32 for this worst haircut, if I'm correct. Anyway, please leave your comments below if you have, if you know and remember how much did you pay for your worst haircut. It is just a curiosity, because here it is probably my mistake when I was explaining, but I was explaining like this every time, that I want to use here 0, and she took this completely straightforward. She was serious with my request. Anyway, anyway, leave your comment below. What do you think? What do you remember how expensive your price was for haircut, for worst haircuts ever? What we will do now, as I said before, we will watch video about castles and preparing some stuff I'm preparing right now. One moment, it will take a few seconds. It will take time. Okay, yes, I'm ready. I will be a little guy. Little guy in a corner somewhere. Let's look where I will be. Probably here. Yes, if I will move to this place, I will be here. Yes, I think it is nice position. And before we will start, I will remind to you, as usual I do, you can help me in buy me a coffee. I have there a lot of ambitious goals. You can help me with my car. I will be happy about this, and yes, it will be really amazing. Soon there will be humidity, terrible weather. Not terrible, some people probably laugh when it is so hot, but for me it is difficult. And yes, but still you can help me on buy me coffee with my car, first car ever. Okay, thank you. It will grow back in no time. Thank you, Lisa Marshall. Heart to you. Thank you for your message. You're right. I do not worry that. Yeah, I know it will grow back. I know it will grow. Just one of the things, I didn't expect so terrible results. I didn't expect this, and yeah, I was disappointed. Of course I was. I had so much emotions, and I knew that I didn't show this to my hairdresser, who is she, doing this stuff. I didn't share with this, but I still, I mean, like, I didn't show, I said thank you, bye-bye, something like this. But I knew that, what can I do? She already did. She already did. Anyway. Hello, hello, Heather, you're here? Wow, happy to see you, Heather. You saw this haircut in real life, and you know how I'm disappointed. You know how I'm. I do not like what I have. On camera, maybe it looks better, but you know how it looks in real life. It is terrible. I was in shower now. I tried to make a little bit puffy. I don't know. Anyway, it looks terrible, you know this. Every time when I am doing Yeah, at least on in live stream it doesn't look so awful. It is terrible, but not so terrible. I hate this. I hate this. Yes. Anyway, Milky Way. Let's move. Let's move. What I will do now? What we will do now? This background you already can see. It is background of one of the castles. I want to tell you that I have, because I like to read fantasy. Yes, I'm reading maybe not so often these days, but I still love this to do sometimes. And I love this Gothic style of castles. I love this a lot, and because it is beautiful, it is amazing, and yeah, I like castles a lot. And probably I was watching already one of the videos about castles before. I will not be surprised if I did. And yes, you was talking about that in Germany so many castles, more than McDonald's in USA. I was not comparing these numbers. I know that in Germany a lot of castles, but you will be surprised that in America you can find castles too. Sometimes people can be surprised. And yes, maybe not so many like in German. Yes, for sure. Not so many like so historical, like which is thousands years old. Maybe, who knows. But still, you can find a lot of amazing castles. And today I want to watch and to find about some of them. And yes, let's jump. I look at my hair and I feel awkward. I look at this and I'm sorry, Alex. I'm disappointing myself. Let's go. Let's jump into this video. And sometimes for me difficult to see comments because yes, I hope that you will see. Looks like Czech Republic. This one? Amazing. Okay. Yeah, this probably. Okay, let's go. In America, Disneyland. Wildcat. Hello to you, Wildcat. I don't remember. Did I say hello or not? Yes. Disneyland.
Castles, your
One
mind.
moment.
If you think about amazing castles, your mind may automatically jump to Europe, and you'd be right. Luckily, though, Europe.
One moment. My face too big. I took so much space here. I need to build smaller here. Yes, like this. It will be better, I hope.
Is not the only place that has these amazing pieces of history. And even in the much younger United States, we have our own fair share of castles that are well worth a visit. So let's plan our next road trip. From Italian-inspired architecture to massive estates. Stay tuned to number 1 to find out which castle was moved all the way from across the pond.
Yes, it is amazing. It is very amazing. Oh, I closed my view. Where is it? Oh, I'm here. I want to make a little bit different my okay. Let's go. Tun, turun, turun, turun. Dun, 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 dun.
Number 10. Castello di Amorosa. If you want the feel of an Italian wine farm in the beauty of the California landscape, then Castello di Amorosa is just the place for you. Italian-style architecture and fine Italian wines are all found just outside the town of St. Helena. Italian wine farm in the beauty of the California landscape, then Castello di Amorosa is just the place for you. Italian-style architecture.
Yeah, I wanted to press to pause a little bit because one of the thing, castles, they're amazing, but because they're old, it is difficult and expensive to keep them in good condition. And that's what I see here, that it's maybe need some renovation, maybe it is after rain. Yes, it looks amazing, beautifully, but you can see that bricks already, because of weather and stuff like this, on the top they're kind of dark. You can see these black spots. It means that they need maybe some kind of chemical support to kill this terrible microflora which is destroying castles, because pretty often you need some times to use some chemistry, like to kill this terrible microflora which like microbes which is killing castles pretty fast. It is happening also with trees, and I see here already black spots. And yeah, it needs renovation, but it looks amazing. That's what I see. It needs kind of like I don't know, is it possible to renovate these places? I don't know, or not. I think everything is possible. There's not like yeah, I think it is possible, but it looks still amazing. I like this style, and pretty often people when trying, those people who has money, they trying to make in this style such castles. I have sometimes, yeah, I think, yeah.
Architecture and fine Italian wines are all found just outside the town of St. Helena in the Napa Valley. Unlike most castles you may hear about, or
no, you can see this low. It looks in perfect condition, really perfect condition, despite that it is quite old. Maybe it was after rain. It was looking, I don't know, maybe yes, but it looks like perfect
or
condition.
could be lucky enough to come across in your lifetime. This castle's construction began only in 1994 and was the vision of a fourth-generation Italian winemaker and entrepreneur, Dario Satui, who spent
1994. It must be in perfect condition. Maybe it was after rain. That's why it was looking like, of course it is 90. It is like 30 years old, 30 years, this castle. This quite young castle. Gosh, and I was talking about, oh my gosh.
spent much of his life discovering.
Yes, it was just weather. You can see it was just about weather. It looks a little bit. I'm so dumb. Yes, because of rain, it has weather and gosh, Alex. Don't know, don't talk. If you do not know, do not talk.
Covering medieval castles and wineries throughout Europe. He fell in love with 13th century Italian Tuscan style architecture and took 13 years to complete the construction.
You can see closer. 13 years he was building this. Gosh, how big? I mean, like, different. You can see why he was using different material. It was just he wanted to do this. Probably he wanted different style of stones, bricks.
For its first opening in 2007. Today it continues the tradition it started in 2007 and is primarily a wine farm, specializing in Italian wine.
Yeah, it's perfect in perfect conditions. Yeah, like perfect. Because it can stand like centuries.
And often host parties and weddings alike on its premises. Interestingly, despite its use as a wine farm, this modern example of a castle comes complete with a drawbridge and a dungeon, as well as a torture chamber to enhance the feeling that you are actually in a centuries-old castle.
I can imagine those people who is living like this life. It is crazy. I feel comfortable with Lindsay and Emma here, so I am not the only Brit. Hello, wild cat. You're not only a breed. I'm only one Russian here, and I feel myself completely comfortable. Yes. Plucked chicken. Um, yes, I look like chicken for sure. The only castles I know are in Disneyland and Disney World. Here we are. Heather, what's happened? You're American. I mean, like, something new. But here in Houston, you can find castles, and I think like some universities they have this architecture of castles. I saw this. I know what I'm talking. It looks kind of like castlish, if I can say so. Yeah.
There is no mention as to whether or not the dungeon and torture chambers are used on people who drink too much of their wine, though, so we suggest you proceed at your own risk. Number 9, Gould Castle. Situated along the St. Lawrence River near New York City, the Gould Castle lies among the spectacular Thousand Islands and can.
Sometimes I'm dreaming I want to have library, English library for for those who study in English, and of course perfectly. I will not be able, of course, to find millions of dollars to build such castle, but castles they're attractive. They're attractive, and to build like castle, I will never will be able to find such money. But who knows? Who knows? Why I'm talking like I will never be able. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow I will have a couple $1 million, and to build such little castle, like little museum and English library. It sounds cool. It sounds really cool. But what can I say? What can I say? This castle again looks in perfect condition. It has own island, and I will be not surprised if it is quite a young castle too.
Construction of this property started back in the year 1900 by millionaire George Gould. He wanted to build the castle as a tribute to his wife and stated that it would rival any European castle of the time. But unfortunately, Gould's wife fell ill and passed away just months before the completion.
So sad. Rich also people sometimes have dreams, and oops, here we are. I'm surprised Andrew Carnegie never built a castle in the US. Yeah. Good answer, Alex. Thank you. I'm trying my best. My house was built the same year as Gould Castle, 1904. Wow.
Devastated, Gould halted all construction and never visited the island again, leaving the incomplete castle behind as a monument to his wife. From there, the castle would stand empty for 73 years. But in 1977, the Thousand Islands Bridge Authority decided to begin its restoration, and at last, the castle was built up to what it was meant to be. Today, it is a popular tourist attraction, and weddings are even regularly held on the island. This castle is a great example of the power of restoration, and even though it was only opened in the early 1980s, it's a great example of 20th century architecture combined with rustic beauty. Number 8.
If people building castles, you understanding this, they want to be remembered for centuries, because when you will not be alive, people will look, wow. Everyone will remember who built this castle. Everyone will remember this, and it is amazing. That's what castle is like. It is stones, which like it is architecture. It is everything. It is people love them, and to have their weddings. Some people have these. Or not cults, something like this, close societies there, I'm sure, and they have these rich people, their ceremonies, stuff like this, and they're like, ooh, it is quite understandable, and it's fun. It's just fun. It can be fun also.
Coral Castle. Located just outside of Miami, Florida, the Coral Castle is very special for two reasons. First is that it is not strictly a castle at all, and second, because the entire project was done by just one man. As we mentioned already, the Coral Castle is not really a castle, but rather a collection of stones gathered in different shapes. Some of them do indeed resemble the shape of a house.
I would not put this in this list at all. It is park. It is park. Let's be honest. Yeah, I'm sure that you can find a real. Yes, it is beautiful. It looks amazing. But still, let's be honest. It is park. Why they put this here? Because I'm sure that in America you can find in this list. If we are talking about castles, let's not mess with definition of castle. I don't know. Hello to Lindsay. Happy to see you, Richard Holmquist. Yes, happy to see you too. Yep. Okay, let's go.
House complete with stone tables and chairs, while some of the others are just small piles of rocks that loosely resemble Stonehenge. Also, as we mentioned already, the entire place was built by just one man, Mr. Edward Leeds Skelton, back in 1923.
1923. Wow. He put effort. He did and it is already like 1 century standing, and it will be like maybe after, who knows, maybe after couple thousands years, people will ask questions. People will ask questions. Who built this place and why people build this? People will try to answer why these shapes. Maybe they will trying to look for space. Maybe they were trying 1,000 years ago to understand, to communicate with other civilizations, with aliens. Who knows? Maybe after 1,000 years, people will look at this park and they will tell everyone, like, communicate on different languages. And definitely people had in our time something like cults, and this form you can see like moon and planets. That's why he's just joking. He's a big he's pranker of century, this guy. Pranker of century. Sometimes people do pranks on the streets, but he did this prank for people who will live after thousands of years. I'm sure he did this on purpose. That's what he did. He's pranker. I cannot explain this. I cannot explain, I just know that everyone wondering about Stonehenge, and now after thousands of years people will wonder about this park, what people did here, what they were doing here.
Interestingly though, a lot of the construction here is shrouded in mystery due to Edward building it all by himself using nothing but ropes, pulleys, picks, and winches to move some very large stones. In all, the construction of the Coral Castle took 28 years for him to complete.
And he of course made this sign is people will try to understand what was born. Civilization was born. What's happened with these numbers? Why they put these numbers? And all these who is doing this magician stuff, they will ask questions. There will be definitely a documentary about this. I was determined to get you back, Sam. Hello to Sam Nonia. It is a deconstructed castle, for sure. For sure, it's deconstructed. Hello to you, Sam Nonia. Happy to see you.
Complete. Despite the name Coral, the castle was actually constructed entirely from limestone, and for decades it had a perfectly balanced stone gate that was so easy to open that even a child could open the door with just a slight push. Today, though, the formerly perfectly balanced door's hinge has finally rusted away. While it is still a great tourist attraction and people often stop by to admire the marvel that is the Coral Castle, the door takes a bit more effort to open.
Responding to emails takes time, but not.
It is interesting, but I would not put this in this place. I don't know.
Number 7. Bannerman Castle. Located just 60 miles up the Hudson River from New York, there is a castle which today is only a shell of its former glory. Known as the Bannerman Castle, construction started in the early 1900s when it was one of the most spectacular sights of the time. Built by a munitions merchant, Francis Bannerman, in an attempt to replicate the medieval fortress from which he was born, the castle was a success and served as his residence for many years until Bannerman died in 1918. But after the owner's death, the castle began to deteriorate. And, to make things worse, a fire broke out in 1969, destroying most of the building in the process. Today, what remains of the castle still stands, and often holds various events on the island throughout the year. One thing is for certain though, despite the fire and the castle being left to the elements for so many years, it is still one of the most beautiful buildings in the US and is a true example of European-style architecture in America.
I think that, of course, it is just ruins. What's left? I see that, but this is castle. This is definitely that people will live in there. It has history, family history in background in this castle, and it has definitely, I don't know, like shape of castle, if we can say this. Yeah. Even if it is abandoned place, we can see these walls, we can see this roof, which reminds like everything what it. Yeah, sad that happened this fire there because it looks like amazing place and there was even some kind of sign. So, yeah.
Number 6. Biltmore Estates. As far as truly beautiful architecture goes, the Biltmore Estate in North Carolina is quite high on that list. Construction of the estate started in 1889 by George Vanderbilt, and after 6 years of building, the doors opened for the first time in.
You can see 6 years he was building this. He had a lot of money. As a result, he like for 6 years to build such a big, huge project. Probably he had money. He had team, and like, of course, and he decided to do this. Yeah.
In 1895, despite the fact that the building was still under construction. During the time the estate was being built, Vanderbilt and his architect, Richard Morris Hunt, spent years traveling throughout Europe, purchasing all kinds of valuables to put in the castle. This varied from paintings right up to carpets and furniture. Architecturally speaking, they were also largely inspired by their travels throughout Europe, and they used many of the sites that they saw in the design of the castle, creating, in the end, an awe-inspiring French.
It's a very interesting style, I would say. I mean, like it is. Yeah, of course, it is castle. I like the style. I like it. It looks amazing. And I can imagine that there are a lot of unique and quite ancient items, if I can say so. Something that has century already on this planet of existence. Example, I don't know, exists on this planet. Like example, tables, spoons, silver spoons against vampires. I don't know, something like this. Maybe crowns.
Renaissance chateau.
And like hidden passages.
Today, the castle is still under full operation and now even includes award-winning wines and tours of the vineyards. It also has its own bowling alley and its world-renowned 70-foot ceiling banquet hall.
I think it matters when it was built. He already invested so well into this castle that it is that's why it is like in seriously good condition. It was made so smart in many ways. And I see you, Brenda Snow. Happy to see you as always. Heart to you. Yep. Let's go.
It doesn't matter if you are inside or outside of this building, the sights and the beauty of this castle is an amazing thing to behold. Number 5. Fonthill Castle. This castle, found in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, definitely has the look of your traditional Count Dracula-style castle. Unfortunately though, or fortunately, depending on your tastes, this castle has a more down-to-earth story. Built between 1908 and 1912, the Fonthill Castle was the creation of Henry Chapman Mercer, an archaeologist, anthropologist, ceramist, scholar, as well as antiquarian, who clearly couldn't decide on just one field to follow. Originally built as his private home and showplace for his collection of tiles and prints, he used this home as a base of operations during his lifetime. After he passed away, however, he wished for his massive multi-million-dollar castle to be turned into a museum, with the caveat of allowing his own housekeeper to have living rights inside the castle.
Can you imagine to be housekeeper of such a castle? It is really crazy to be housekeeper of a real castle. Gosh, I think it is cool. You can live there because you're housekeeper. Can you? I think it is crazy cool. Wow. To live in castle and like, okay, to put away some, I don't know, dust and try to make these conditions better. Yes. Lindsay, thank you for your message. And you said, me and my friends used to hire out Hairstyle Castle once a year for a weekend to have a party just before Christmas. Wow, it is cool. It is very nice, Lindsay. Yes, it is very cool. I also went to the winery, Brenda Snow. Wow, maybe, I don't know why, like pretty often castles, in castles they're building some winery stuff, and I don't know, is it so necessary? To have it is to show, I don't know how necessary to have to keep their winery, because rich people, they think that you must have a winery there. I would think a little bit differently. I would keep the library, or maybe some secret passages. I do not think that winery it is not a necessary, like, immediate part of castle. Anyway, what can I say? What do I understand? I'm just guy who's trying to understand a little bit. Okay. By the way, I want to remind you, leave your likes, leave your comments. It would be amazing, and you can find PayPal link and send me immediately like a couple dollars, or I can buy castle for that. Interesting, how expensive to buy castle or to build. I believe it's like billions of dollars.
Where she lived out the remainder of her days until 1975. Today, the castle still serves as a museum.
If I would, like, one of the richest persons, I would build probably, I don't know, 100 castles. Why not? Why not? If you have money, why not to build them? Because it is sounds like a lot of fun, and people they can spend their weight, and you can monetize this, and it is always attraction for people, and people will try to look at them and to read books, I don't know, for different purposes in different locations. And can you imagine build different castles in one area, castle city, 100 of them, or village? I think it will be, of course, too much. It will be too much, because to keep this in one condition, but it would be for sure, I don't know, difficult to keep in good condition all this place.
Museum to both the life of Mercer as well as his collection of tiles, prints, and pottery, while still maintaining a strict preservation policy, wherein the castle be kept as much like its original state as possible. Despite this castle being an actual museum of ancient tiles, it still attracts over 30,000 visitors a year.
Yeah, it is a lot.
Hi.
It is a lot. 30,000. Oh, hi. Little Yoda. Oh, so cute. Yes. In UK, I've heard there are a lot of castles. Yeah. In Russia, you can find a lot of them. Maybe not so many like in Western Europe, but still you can find a lot of them too. Like by numbers, I know that there are a lot of them in France, in Germany. There are a lot of castles. In UK, I don't know how many of them. I heard that like enough to keep to spend money for them. I mean, like to keep them in good condition.
4. Thornwood Castle. The story of this castle is an interesting one because while it has only been in the US for around 100 years, its origins actually began more than 500 years ago. Chester Thorne is the brain behind this castle with 2 ages. While in England in
One of the things, where is these differences between castle and between home, ordinary building? Where is this difference? Because like these buildings, like this, which is looking on this photo, they're telling that it is castle. I saw them like in Houston, like a lot. Let's be honest. Houses like this, smaller, like hundreds of, I saw them here in Houston. Where this line between castle and building? I believe, probably, just my suggestion. I asked and I will try to answer. Maybe it must have style, or it must have certain square meters. And you're like, okay, it is castle. Because you cannot name this castle if it has like 600 square meter, 600 square feet, or 700 square feet. It is not castle. It is something else. It is Alex's future apartment. But castle, it is like a style and has several floors for sure. This one we can see has 3 floors, 2 for sure, and third it is like, can you name this castle? Yeah.
1907, he bought a 400-year-old manor before deciding that, although he liked it, he would like it much better in the US. So good old Chester decided it was a good idea to have the entire building dismantled and then shipped brick by brick over to Washington State in the US. He then hired famed architect Kirtland Kelsey Cutter to painstakingly reassemble the entire manor. The construction of the castle took 3 years to complete, after which Thorne presented the Elizabethan.
Yeah, it looks like castle. It looks like a castle. Yes, you can see all this style, all this. Yeah, it is castle. Yeah, when they show this closer. Yeah, and Sam K, happy to see you. Hello to you, Brenda Snow. YouTube is obsessed with advertisement. They get their shakes to get hypocritical unless they show advertisement. One of the things Lisa Marshall gave me for premium account, just because I didn't change country in Google AdSense, I still yeah, that's one of the reason why I don't know, I cannot pay. I need to think about this, but I'm always delaying this. Yeah, I think thank you, Brenda, for your message. I think the difference is a real castle is a fortification against the enemy, but the others are just a big houses. Yes, castle has historically known because it was also fortification. Location of castle was, castles usually had walls, high walls, in order to not climb to hold enemies. And also castles, they were pretty often building in places quite difficult to go, like example on the cliff, in order to not be so easily targeted by arrows, I don't know, by ships. Yeah, because at the same time it is like dangerous to build on cliff, but at the same time it's difficult to take, like, to fight with such location, with such castles, because like it's kind of like impossible. It is impossible. Yeah, thank you, Brenda. I think it is quite good, and good good point.
Themed castle to his wife as a display of his love. These days, the castle is an inn, and its Gothic, rustic charm attracts thousands of guests a year. In addition to lavish rooms and its antique interior, the estate
such painting inside. Let's look. I don't know. It doesn't look differently inside from, but it was made a century, I don't know, years ago, for sure. For those time, it was wow. Now, would I paint my castle like this? Hell no. It is beautiful, but not for me. I mean, like, it is beautiful, but to spend money on such... No. It is, yeah. And these pounds, no. Sorry. Yes.
and its antique interior, the estate has a private dock and lakeside beach as well as a sunken garden. A beautiful landscape
I would have there more like knights, something like like castles, like must have style. Like this one inside it has staircase, but it is not stylish. As I see, maybe for some people it is stylish.
Rooms and its antique interior, the estate has a private dock and lakeside beach as well as a sunken garden. A beautiful landscape designed by the famous Olmsted brothers. As far as rustic charm and a beautiful countryside scenery goes, this castle is definitely something you need to experience in your lifetime. Number 3, the Smithsonian Castle. Located on the opposite coast.
This is cool. It has Gothic style, by my opinion. I don't know. It looks Gothic a little bit. Alex, how would you decorate your castle? There will be a lot of how it's called. Let's say this. I will translate. Not Turkish. Candles must be there for sure. Candles. It is number 1. Like, because candles is giving vibe of castle. Candles. In this place, I do not see candles. These chandeliers, they must look differently. Sorry, it looks amazing for century ago, these chandeliers, but as any castle, it needs to have renovation. It must have more epic, more like castlish vibe, for sure. These walls, no paintings. It is not kindergarten. Of course, furniture must be simple, wooden, and if it is antique, has castlish style, I don't know, it is better. What else? Okay. this metal metal knights should stand there from metal, like different sizes. Pictures, of course, with beautiful frame, castlish, like it should be in golden color. This some of them depends, yeah. Anyway, and beautiful carvings like from wooden. Big tables, like if you have a hall, there must belong at least one big table with this for, I don't know, for weddings. And this like this combination, you can see it should be castle inside, because but this is like sorry, but what they did with chandelier, it looks a little, and these palms, why it is a little bit offensive for castle, by my opinion. I mean, you can create a, yeah, this carpet, it is good. You can say that it is carpets, they're good. It depends from style. If you want to make this, yeah, carpet's quite a good idea to have in castles. But not all type of carpets. Modern carpets like this, it is, sorry, but it is bullshit for castle. It must have, in some ways, head of animals they can put. Yes, maybe some people will not like this, but if we are talking about certain style, it must have, because it's not necessary to, it must be like a real head of, example, oaks, I don't know, wolf. It's not necessary. You can buy and so realistic head of like some animals, fox. It should have this vibe because it is castle. Sounds like you would have a Hogwarts style castle. Yes, maybe in some way Hogwarts style. Maybe in some way, yeah. But this is, it is like, it is without any taste. I do not have taste, but I would never do this. Yeah, but this garden I love. I don't know, what is it? Chairs? What is it?
As far as rustic charm and a beautiful countryside scenery goes, this castle is definitely something you need to experience in your lifetime. Number 3. The Smithsonian Castle. Located on the opposite coast, this castle is the first of the Smithsonian buildings that were built throughout the United States, completed in 1855 and made out of what...
These long windows, I love. I love these long windows, so-called windows, because I do not see the...
is now the iconic red sandstone the building is today.
Yeah, it has windows. Mosaics. Castles must have mosaics in some places. Example, these windows must not have plastic, not ordinary glass. You must play with glass and to give the pictures. Example, angel, why not? Or something like this. It is beautiful. Or some, every window must have beautiful and unique pattern. Yes.
Today, one of the most recognized in all of Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
In fact, we are lucky to have the Smithsonian Building today, and it is all thanks to one man that we have them. The project was started thanks to a donation from Frenchman James Smithson, who, despite donating the money for the construction of the building, had never set foot on American soil. Originally, the building was the home of Joseph Henry and his family, Joseph being the first secretary of the castle, and today, a statue of him stands outside the building.
Like familiar, looks so familiar. It doesn't mean, yes, if you have heads of animals, it doesn't mean that you need to kill animal. You can find quite realistic stylish. It's not necessary to kill like horse or like I don't know, fox. It's not necessary. You can buy and like so many because when you're talking about castle, definitely you have money. Definitely, for sure, you have money. Usually people who has billions of dollars thinking about castles. So some people who has millions of dollars. But definitely you can do this even for cheaper price, but stylish. It is for sure. And it's not necessary, again, you can find these, it's not necessary to kill animals in order to have these heads or stuff like this. And they will look realistic. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Horns and, I don't know.
Although it started out as just the one building, more government buildings as well as museums were built around it over the years, molding it into the spectacle that we know of today.
And I would not do from Castle Museum. Sorry, maybe it is like I would do their ceremonies as weddings, but not museum. Not museum. Weddings. I'm understanding people want to make money from this, but museum, it means that you, I don't know, it must, I mean, like if you have money, of course it can keep itself, but making museum from this, library, yes, library, it is good, but not museum. Library where people will have like a specific goal, and people will like, okay, I will go to this library, you can go like pay for this, and to play there, one part will be like library, another part where it is whole, like you can play weddings and funerals too, not only weddings but also funerals. Example, there will be a hall of life and hall of death, something like this. And this hall of death, it will be funerals, and I don't know, something like this. It's just my imagination. I already talking like I already found couple billions. I already talking about this. But people must have association with this hall. There will be weddings and broken glass. In this hall there will be funerals, stuff like this. Yeah, one entrance for life, another like entrance gates for dead people. I don't know. It is cool idea.
Today. And as a tribute to James Smithson, his crypt can now be found near the north entrance of the building. Have you ever visited any of the Smithsonian buildings? Let us know below. While you're there, remember to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button.
Yeah, if you want to find this channel, you can find link below, and you can look this video originally, but also you can leave like to my channel, my English world? No, Alex Life, and my English world too, why not? Also you can find Buy Me a Coffee, PayPal, and you can send directly me couple dollars and Buy Me Coffee or PayPal. Yes, it would be amazing. Hello Adrian, happy to see you. It's nice to see you. With regards to castles, the UK castles come on top. No offense, America. I think castles are beautiful everywhere. They're beautiful everywhere. Some of them, of course, they're bigger. Yes. If I would have billions, of course I would build some amazing castle here, and yeah, it would be cool.
Number 2, Castle Gould. Situated a few minutes from New York City, the land on which
first castle which was made from different material. It is like kind of gray castle.
Castle Gould stands was first bought back in 1900 by Howard Gould, husband of the then famous actress Catherine Clemens. After buying the land, Gould began construction on the castle, modeling it after the Kilkenny Castle in Ireland. The castle was supposed to be the main residence on the property and was completed by 1904.
And every castle must have legend behind. This castle has association with me with wolf and symbol animal. Yes, if this castle has symbol animal like wolf, it makes sense. I don't know why. For me, it makes sense. But yes, it is like strange. I already created everything in my head. Poor people quite good with creation. Some stuff. Yes. Hello to you, Sam Smith Q. Heart to you. Happy to see you, and it's nice to see you. Yes. Let's go.
However, Catherine Clements rejected the castle and thought that it simply didn't suit her well enough. So Gould then built the Hempstead House for them instead, and the huge castle was used as a stable and servants' quarters for many years after. Seriously! Today, although the castle is not open for public tours, there is a visitor center and a great hall located under the castle's clock tower, where functions are often held in.
I think that yeah, I don't know. I do not lie. Yes, that's what we are talking about. If you're doing museum from castle, that's why my castle would not be museum. It will have specific purpose. Example, library and weddings, and it will not have such stands, metal stands. That's why museum, it means it will have such stands with I don't know. It should not have this, in my opinion. It is like you have castle, you want to make beautiful picture, but you have this, it is closing all view on this I don't know, castle itself. You can see this huge banner, whatever, with locations. I don't know. Yeah, that's why my castle will not be a museum.
Including fitness classes and cultural events.
Yeah,
Number 1, Cliff Palace.
Wow.
For number 1, we decided to include the natural beauty and native roots of the United States. Mesa Verde National Park in southern Colorado is quite different from most national parks you might visit. Sure, it's home to rare species of wildlife, but these are not typically the reasons people visit this park. Situated on the wall of Cliff Canyon, you will find a small village that has seemingly been carved into the cliff face several hundred years ago.
This is something unique. This is something that I don't know, probably people not living there. This is definitely should be museum. Definitely, because you will not play their weddings. You can make their photo session, I don't know, make photos there, because it is unique place. You will not be able to make their, I don't know, you will be able to make their like cult gatherings. You will be able, I don't know, or it's secret society, but it's kind of, what kind of secret if they're like, it's quite popular touristic place. Yes, this for sure is a good castle for making a museum, because it is has historical value, because like it's showing people how people will live in, and yes, it makes sense, but yeah, you will not be able to make the weddings, only like photos for couples. It is true. And touristic place, it is for sure. Yeah, it is unique place, it is completely unique place, something different from all the others. It is like on the top, because it is so unique. It is like another world. It is just different. It's just impossible to compare with other castles. Just impossible. Yeah. Just impossible. Yeah. for sure.
First discovered in 1888 by two cowboys searching for stray cattle, the Cliff Palace is believed to have been built
because it's so rare. It is so rare. You will not find this like this. It's Grand Canyon, if I'm correct. You will not find this like, I don't know, so rare places around the world have such exactly castles and style of living. It is also so cultural place, historical place. Yeah, any buildings can become a castle as long as you draw a bridge. That's beautiful. That's for sure beautiful. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
in the 1200s and consists of around 150 rooms. Built by ancestral Puebloans, it's made out of sandstone and wood and is the largest cliff dwelling in North America. Archaeologists say that it would have housed around 100 people and that it formed part of other smaller dwellings also found in the area. They concluded that the palace was probably abandoned due to overcrowding and was ultimately forgotten about for approximately 300 years before its rediscovery.
Yes, depends a lot, of course, about location, where you're building this. If you decided, if you have billions of dollars and you decided to build castle in the center of city, yes, it will be amazing, but it will be already, you can play their weddings, funeral, stuff like this. You can create their library because, come on, you have money, you can like to make this. But making from this museum from the beginning, first century don't do their museum at all. Maybe after, when you will already, like after some time, people will do this for you, but not first years. But it will not already have this like fortification goal, like from whom? From neighborhood? Yes, it makes no sense like to build walls around. I mean, I don't know. To have them maybe a really not a church example, castle church, some meetings. I don't know. That makes sense. But yeah. Anyway, it is expensive. Only rich can afford these people to do like a really good kind of quality look style, and yes. Anyway.
Today you can take a guided tour through the palace, and you can get a glimpse of life from a few centuries ago, including the Tower Square, which is a tall building approximately the same height as the roof of the cave and consists of 4 separate floors. Although the tower had to be restored, the palace and surrounding dwellings give visitors an epic experience. Let us know which of these.
It's interesting that in cliffs they did these even towers. They're already on cliffs. I mean, like for better like viewing, because I am sure that in these towers inside of these cliffs, castles, they were looking for people. I don't know, like guardian somehow. Anyway, it is fun. It is fun. I like this. I love this. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. I think that we finished this live stream. It was nice. I want to talk a little bit with you, and I want to show you the worst ever haircut. I did this today, and I was asking at the beginning that like I do not like this haircut. It is terrible. It is terrible. And for me, it is interesting was how much did you pay for the worst haircut ever? This was cost $30+. Expensive, I understand, and also terrible. It is the worst ever haircuts which I have in my life, because here I have zero completely, you can see, and it looks Oh my god, I feel ashamed. Yes, leave your comments below. I already saw that you paid like $75 before, you said at the beginning of our live stream, and I think it is a lot. I want to look for these comments, and it is really sad at the same time. I cannot find this message now. Anyway, did you ask for a negative number for the shares? It is very short, but it still looks fine on you. It's not fine. It's not fine. Stop it. I know. But thank you. I mean, like, it is terrible. You didn't see behind. You didn't see these sides. It is terrible. It is terrible. I hate this. I will wait couple months to grow more. Oh my god, I feel myself terrible with this haircut. I was trying to close. I was happy that I was closing this by headset. All this live stream. Yes. Alex, I like the bus. I love my chrome dome. Yes, and 2 weeks. I hope that 2 weeks, maybe 1 month, it will be better. Yes, I hope. Thank you. Thank you for a fantastic stream. Thank you for being today. And castles, it is always topic which I like, and because I have a strong opinion that castles should not be inside if they're inside, you should have this vibe of Hogwarts. You are right about this. It is more my style, and I think that it is always nice to have the nice pictures like knights from metal, some weapons, I don't know, huge wooden how would say, tables and chairs. I would not do first century the museum. It will be stupid. Castles must be museum of only after few centuries, 2, I don't know, 1 minimum, and that's for sure. First time it must have like weddings, for sure, weddings and funerals you can play there, but not museum. And because from the beginning to have these stands, like, which is completely destroying vibe of castle when people want to make photos, and to have this stupid advertisement and I think it is stupid. Anyway, I appreciate your support. I think that it was interesting for me, educational in many ways. You can support me by leaving likes, by leaving your comments. Also, I desperately want to have car. It will be useful for me to have car. It will change my life in Houston. You can support by this in Buy Me a Coffee. You can find other goals which I have. But as for now, I enjoy this time. I hope that you enjoyed too. And yes, wishing you to be yourself, wishing you to have amazing day, night, morning, when you will watch. I don't know. Anyway, heart to you. You are the best. Be yourself and love yourself and others. Yep, so smart. Oh my gosh, I'm anyway, as always, see you next time.